Welcome back to another episode of Exploring with Ash and Jake. Today on our channel, we're going to be talking about my encounter with El Diablo, or simply put, the devil. But first, I want to answer one of our viewers' questions. I got asked what's going on with my hair and if I'm wearing a wig. No, this is my real hair. I actually went and I had dreadlocks done. So that's what's going on with my hair. It's my natural hair turned into dreadlocks. So about 2.5 years ago, I used to live in a town called Lorain County, which is in Lorain, Ohio, and I lived in this house that was built in the 1810s. The house was extremely haunted. It had a lot of poltergeist activity, if you saw my last video, and while I was living in this house, I decided to communicate with the spirits or the entities that lived in our house, and there was an old lady named Susan, a wounded soldier named Jeremy, a little boy, a little girl, a mom, and a dad. So I started also seeing like shadow people and different things like that. So if you watch my other video that talks about the property, I don't want to give out the address because people currently do own the property, but the property is still very much ramped up with activity, and it sounds like the new owners are looking to sell their $71,000 house that used to be a rental that is extremely haunted. Long story short, so I was using my spirit box and I was communicating with these entities. And so for those of you who don't know, just because a spirit gives you a name or takes a shape doesn't necessarily mean that that spirit is a woman or a man or a little boy or a little girl. So demons often use disguises to trick you into like trusting them. And then once they gain your trust, they show their true form, and then they ramp up their activity based on if you do things that they don't like, or maybe they're just there to torture you. So one night while I was looking at the shadow person that I saw up on my ceiling, started talking to it, bad idea. I look over, and in the corner of my room, there is this very tall, dark figure with a dark black cloak on, very much like me, like a shirt, but a black cloak all the way down. And he had a huge skull, like a cattle skull. And out of his head was protruding like these antlers and things like that. But not like reindeer antlers. Like it like jutted off like 1, 2, and then like a really big branch in the middle. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to explain. And then the skull had very razor sharp teeth and like glowing red eyes. And then from literally the like neck below was a hairy body, and it was where there would be arms and hands, there were hooves. So it was like a body of a goat from the waist. I got scared, and so after seeing this demonic entity, or the devil as I prefer to call him, or goat man, whatever you want to call it, it literally looked like a goat from the waist down. I was terrified. I tried to play something called St. Michael's Prayer, which I found on YouTube, and let me tell you, that ramped up the activity so bad in my house. There were changes in the temperature. My spirit box wouldn't stop going off. My EMF reader wouldn't stop going off. And then they started like talking to me, all these different spirits in the house. And when I called a local Catholic church in our area and they came to my house, what they told me was all of the spirits that I was seeing were a manifestation from the devil himself. And it was the most terrifying thing because the entity can project itself in many forms to get you to trust it once it has earned your trust. So once the entity has earned your trust, they can pretty much manipulate your mind, if that makes sense. Not like mind control, but kind of, because essentially, since you've given them permission by talking to them and everything, they're like draining and using your energy, sucking your energy from you. And then slowly, as they weaken you by playing mind games and they weaken your body, they take possession over you. I can say that I'm glad that we moved from that property, and I did sage myself, and I wouldn't say exactly that I underwent an exorcism, but I did go and talk to like a Catholic priest, and they did tell me that I did have some kind of a possession going on, and that explained why I was extremely agitated in this house all the time, and I always felt like I was being watched, as they said that this demonic entity had a slight possession on me, but because they doused me with like holy water, So because they had doused me with holy water and put a cross on me and prayed for me, it drew out this energy that had latched itself onto me. And as they're doing this, all I see is this cloud of black smoke coming out of my body. And I was warned by the priest, don't talk to these entities, don't talk to the shadow people, because they draw from your fear and they draw power from your fear. You're giving that to them by being afraid of them, but don't give them attention. I don't even know what to say. It's just still talking about this kind of freaks me out. And I thought I saw something. Essentially, this stuff just freaks me out. So I'm always careful now when I do my investigations, and I'm always more respectful. I always say goodbye. So now I'm always extremely careful, and I like when doing investigations, and I ask more direct questions, and I'm more like mindful about like thanking the spirit for answering my questions and things like that. And I'm always proactive about, like, if I'm going to do like a seance or talk to the spirits, always saging myself, always making sure that I have some kind of cross with me, because I know that that is a form of protection against these entities that can ultimately possess or drain your energy like they did to me. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know what you'd like to see in my next video. Hope everyone's having a great night.